Most people haven't seen these top 10 movies on this list, or at least they haven't seen them like this. We are diving into a world of high-octane adrenaline and bone-crunching stunts that redefine what an action movie can be. If you love cinema that keeps your heart racing, kindly subscribe to Movie Voltage so we can get started. Number 10. Hidden Strike. If you've ever wondered what happens when you pair two of the biggest legends in action history, this is your answer. In a dusty, post-apocalyptic future where oil is the only thing that matters, we follow two former Special Forces soldiers who have to escort a group of civilians through the highway of death. It's basically a high-speed game of survival. What makes this a must-watch isn't just the massive explosions or the creative fight choreography, it's the chemistry. You get that classic buddy cop energy where the two leads spend half their time bickering and the other half taking down waves of mercenaries. The action is playful but intense, using everything from massive trucks to foam fire extinguishers to keep things fresh. It's the kind of fun popcorn flick that reminds you why we fell in love with action movies in the first place. Pure, unadulterated entertainment that never takes its foot off the gas.
I really do. Fucker.
Number 9. The Hitman's Bodyguard. Imagine being the world's best protection agent, and your new job is to keep your worst enemy alive for 24 hours. That's the chaotic premise here. We follow a high-stakes bodyguard who has fallen from grace and is forced to protect a notorious hitman who needs to testify against a ruthless dictator. This movie is a masterclass in odd couple dynamics. On one hand, you have a guy who is obsessed with planning and safety. On the other, you have a killer who relies on pure instinct and luck. Their journey across Europe is a literal trail of destruction, featuring some of the best canal boat chases and motorcycle shootouts in recent memory. It's hilarious, loud, and surprisingly heartfelt at times. The reason it ranks so high is that it balances the comedy with genuine stakes. You actually care if these two lunatics make it to the courthouse in one piece.
Run!
Number 8. Freelance. This one is for everyone who misses the classic jungle adventures of the 90s but wants a modern twist. A retired Special Forces operator, now stuck in a boring desk job, takes a gig providing security for a journalist who is interviewing a famous dictator. Things go south fast when a military coup breaks out right in the middle of the interview. Suddenly, the soldier, the journalist, and the eccentric dictator are all on the run through a dense, dangerous jungle. It's a refreshing take on the genre because it focuses on the fish-out-of-water element. The action is gritty and grounded, but the movie keeps a light-hearted tone throughout. The chemistry between the three leads is fantastic, especially as they realize that the dictator might not be the villain they thought he was. It's a fun, fast-paced ride that doesn't overcomplicate things, just pure adventure. Number 7. The Raid 2. If you want to see what is arguably the greatest martial arts choreography ever put on film, look no further. This sequel takes the claustrophobic intensity of the first film and explodes it into a massive crime epic. We follow an undercover cop who has to infiltrate a brutal crime syndicate by going to prison and befriending a mob boss's son. The result is over 2 hours of the most inventive, bone-shattering combat you will ever witness. From a massive prison riot in a mud pit to a final showdown in a pristine kitchen that ends up covered in red, every frame is a work of art. The camera work is revolutionary, moving with the fighters in ways that make you feel every hit. It's not just a movie, it's a physical experience. It ranks here because it proved that action movies can be both incredibly violent and incredibly beautiful at the same time. Number 6. Sisu. Set in the dying days of World War II, this is a story about a man who just wants to be left alone with his gold. When a squad of Nazi soldiers tries to steal his treasure, they realize too late that they've picked a fight with a one-man death squad. This movie defines the word relentless. Our hero doesn't say much, he lets his actions do the talking. Whether he's surviving landmines, underwater breath-holding contests, or taking down a tank with nothing but a pickaxe and sheer will, the tension never lets up. It's a David versus Goliath story where David is an unkillable Finnish legend. The cinematography is stunning, capturing the desolate beauty of the Finnish wilderness, which provides a sharp contrast to the brutal, over-the-top violence. It's a satisfying, lean, and mean action flick that proves you don't need a huge budget to make a legendary movie. Number 5. Extraction 2. After barely surviving the first film, our favorite mercenary is back, and this time the stakes are personal. He's tasked with breaking his ex-wife's sister and her children out of a high-security prison in Georgia. What follows is one of the most ambitious action sequences in history, a 21-minute one-take shot that moves from a prison riot to a high-speed vehicle chase and ends on a moving train. It's breathless filmmaking. The movie excels because it gives our hero a soul. We see his pain, his recovery, and his motivations. The action is heavy and tactical. You can feel the weight of every punch and the impact of every bullet. It's a masterclass in stunt work and practical effects, making most other CGI-heavy blockbusters look like cartoons. If you want to see the gold standard for modern Western action, this is it. Number 4. Monkey Man. This is a raw, blood-soaked love letter to the action genre, but with a deep, spiritual core. It's a revenge story about a young man who enters an underground fight club to work his way up to the corrupt leaders who destroyed his village and killed his mother. Inspired by the legend of Hanuman, the movie is steeped in Indian culture and mythology, which gives the violence a unique, rhythmic energy. The fight scenes are frantic and desperate, using found objects and tight spaces to create a sense of chaos. But beyond the stunts, it's a powerful story about the marginalized fighting back against the powerful. The visual style is neon-drenched and gritty, making every scene feel visceral. It's a bold directorial debut that proves action movies can have a strong political and emotional message without losing any of their modern icon of cinema. Number 2. The Running Man. In this 2025 reimagining of the classic story, the world has become obsessed with a deadly reality TV show where runners are hunted by professional killers for public entertainment. We follow a man who enters the game out of pure desperation to save his family. This version leans heavily into the dark, satirical side of our media-obsessed culture. The hunters are colorful, terrifying villains, and the world-building is top-notch, showing a future that feels uncomfortably close to home. The action is high-stakes and clever, as our hero has to use his wits just as much as his muscles to survive 30 days of being the most hunted man on the planet. It's a tense, exhilarating ride that keeps you guessing until the very end. It ranks at number 2 because it's a rare remake that actually improves on the original's themes while delivering modern, bone-crunching action.
The children!
Number 1. Avatar, Fire and Ash. Taking the top spot is a movie that isn't just a film, it's an immersion into a whole new world. In this third installment, we return to Pandora to find that the stakes have shifted. We are introduced to the Ash people, a tribe of Nausicaa that isn't as peaceful as the ones we've met before. This movie explores the darker, more volatile side of the planet, where fire and volcanic ash dominate the landscape. The action is on a scale that only James Cameron can deliver, featuring massive aerial battles and elemental warfare that pushes the boundaries of what is possible on screen. But it's the emotional weight, the conflict between different Nausicaa cultures and the ongoing struggle for survival that makes it the number 1 recommendation. It is a breathtaking visual masterpiece that proves that even in a world of CGI, storytelling and heart are what truly matter. We've covered everything from underground fight clubs to volcanic wars on distant planets. But I want to know, which of these movies do you think has the best action scene of all time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this ranking, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Movie Voltage for more weekly rankings. See you in the next one.